you know, sticking out there and continuing to race, even though they're not going to make the bracket stage heading into next week.
Yep. So one of these runners will walk out of here with a winning 3-2 record, and that's pretty great. And it looks like we're underway.
We get a small key to Ice Palace and Link's house and a map in the Sanctuary, but I missed which one it was.
Yeah, I did as well.
It was Ice Palace as well.
Oh, well, that's why it didn't look any different. So epicYoshi making the interesting play of going directly to Link's house and leaving. And heading back to Sanctuary. Myria doing the Uncle's Tunnel. None of our players going for the Houlihan route, which is interesting.
Yeah, that's been a thing that a lot of people have been doing. Oh, Flute and Uncle's Tunnel!
Well, looks like we've got ourselves an interesting scenario here.
Yes, an
got
early
a red boomerang on the race game.
Yeah,
sorry.
Imagine they won't be picking that up.
And we've got the big key to Eastern Palace in the Lost Woods. That's going to be important. Was that another big key in the library, or did I see that incorrectly?
I'll double check on the restream here.
It was yellow.
It was a 5-bomb upgrade.
Okay. Well, there we go. Yeah, the big key of Eastern Palace is great to find. Now you really want to find the bow, though. That way you can clear it all out in one go.
Alright, let's see what we got here in the chicken hut. Just 20 bucks. Alright, we got Blind and the Well coming up all at once. 50 bucks in the Well. We got 20 bucks.
Ooh, there's the lamp in Blind's hut.
And a fighter sword in the Well.
We got a small key to Meyer. And a Ganon's Tower small key. So, some keys that aren't that useful.
That fighter sword will certainly help early, especially with the mini troll dorms if and when they go to the mini troll dorm cave.
Yeah, definitely sword greater than no sword in that particular scenario. Yeah, no bombs for Yoshi, so that's gonna be annoying for him. Or money to get bombs.
Yes, it looks like he's gonna go back to Link's house and probably farm from the south of the Grove. Or, actually, he's gonna take that fighter sword and go up to Escape.
Very interesting. Could be useful. You can clean out Escape that way. He hasn't been to Uncle's Tunnel, so he's gonna get that flute as well. Back of Blind's hut turning out to be another 300 rupees. That's huge. And it's behind the bomb, so if you don't have the bombs, you can't get the payout.
Exactly. Oh. I imagine once Myriachan does this, he'll probably turn in the flute and activate the duck.
That is very possible.
Do we have something planned for today?
We might.
Interesting, though, Myriachan is using the well to farm rupees.
Yeah, that's actually the best option at this point, because you can't get into the 30 rupees in the back.
That's true.
Yeah. I was actually waiting on Myria to activate the flute, but somebody else already did it. So, tell you what, we'll get there when there's less action. What do you think?
That'll work. ChauncyJay is the only one that. Well, he's about to get it, so. He's the only one that hasn't. So.
All right, so let's go look at what's in the basement of Escape. I mean, I'd love to take a peek at Spectacle Rock. Am missing one... well, no. With the flute you can do it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Hi.
It's always easy to forget stuff. Ooh, that's a fire rod!
Whoa. Okay, so once again, we have the Hyrule Castle small key blocking something. Alright, so Chauncey grabs the flute as well. And Zelda Cell, just a compass. Nothing particularly important.
Unfortunately, epicYoshi didn't set up a death warp, so it looks like he's probably just gonna have to walk back.
Yeah, either that or, you know, find his way to the nearest guard.
And Strumpetplaya is heading to the dam. A lot of money for as much as no one went to Houlihan this time. The seed is giving them a lot of money.
Yeah, the Houlihan play not really paying out, except that it would have made getting money easier because all that money was locked behind having bombs and money.
True.
Ah, there's a bottle in the dam, so that's the first bottle, and we've got to use that to see what the sick kid has.
It's an empty one, though. You would figure if a bottle is all the way down at the bottom of a dam that it'd have something in it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it may have been upside down, floating, and sort of, physics. Anyway, flippers.
There's the water toes.
So flippers in the dark escape room, actually pretty interesting at this point. I would actually kind of expect to see the Hyrule Castle small key at Zora, and then the glove in the back of Escape.
I mean, it's certainly possible. I've seen it before.
Oh, and there's the Moon Pearl in the mini Moldorm cave.
We also had a small key to Turtle Rock. And map to Hera.
All right. So a little bit of information and a little bit of access and a little bit of magical transformational thing. I believe that's the technical term for it.
I'll have to check on that after the race.
Alright, so we're also being told that Crystal 7 is Tower of Hera. We got a quick map check after picking up that map.
That's good to know. Always good to have information whenever you can get in this game. We got a small key to pod. Alright, imagine this is where Chauncey turns in the flute.
Alright. So, if everyone would please rise for...
And also remove your hats for the playing of the National Swag Duck Anthem, performed by our very own Dr. Bobtastic.
You thought I could just fly, but I can read your mind and can travel through time. I've been decried. The statue is my rig. Did you think I was stuck in? The statue is quite big on the inside.
Alright. And all 4 players have the duck unstuck.
All right. So, now we saw the old man get rescued, and I missed what that was.
Yeah,
we did get a pod small key in the Ice Rod Cave. We did talk about that for a little bit. Pod small keys, of course, very important. Assuming you need to go anywhere in pod.
Which, considering this is Keysanity, it pretty much means you probably have to.
Yeah.
Oh,
pod having 14 items.
And just a 5-arrow upgrade at Sick Kid.
Alright, so once again, the Sick Kid just debates you all day long. You know, we've gotten a lot of money this siege. You know what we haven't gotten a lot of? Hearts. Look at that.
Yeah.
Still sitting on 3 hearts.
Yeah.
Somebody accidentally turn on hard mode.
Alright, we got another pod key at Hobo.
Alright.
And actually, epicYoshi's gonna go check Agina's cave. Well, there's your first heart piece. It's stuck behind a desert ledge, but at least we know it's there.
Well, alright then. Alright, so the Agina's cave play, or the Agina's Gambit, as I like to call it. Agina's Gambit accepted? I don't know. Anyway. So the shovel is on the island. Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Interesting that Myriachan is fake flippered. Well, and Agina's cave had the other first heart container of the game. Or heart piece.
Yeah, heart pieces are certainly a thing. Alright, so looks like we may be getting our first play on Sahasrara and Eastern, which is a interesting play. The unfortunate part about this play is you have that big key, you don't have the bow. But the fortunate part is that only leaves what's at Armos.
Yes, absolutely.
Even the dark room is in the logic, which is great.
Alright, there's another heart piece. Map to pod. And pod small key.
Ooh. If this seed hands me any more pod keys, I'm gonna be sick. Myria is gonna fill up that bottle.
I mean, if you get a free blue goo, you might as well throw it in and try.
Blue goo is basically best case scenario for the wishing pond. And Chauncey is also getting it. Oh, I didn't see what was on the ledge there. It was awful quick check.
I'll see if I can see it on the restream. Small key.
All right, let's see what Zora has. Zora has Hyrule Castle small key. I'm sorry.
300 rupees. So, I don't want to really think that's a life lesson. That's kind of more of a, I don't know, a lesson on interest. I don't know.
Yeah. In the credits, it will say "good return for sale."
Ah. We also had a hammer in Eastern Palace.
Oh boy. I am told that one should in fact halt, for it is in fact the time of hammer.
Yeah, I would do that, but since I missed it, it kind of just, can't really stop when the moment's already passed.
There's another pod key.
Oh, pod certainly seems like the place to be.
Yep, we've got a hammer. We've got 4 pod keys. What are you doing if you're not already in pod?
We also have some literacy.
Whoa. Book time.
That was in the big key chest.
Oh yeah, so that big key, very important. Key on the ledge was for Ganon's tower.
But you need at least one if you get the big key before getting to Ganon's tower.
Right. We did find one already in Blind's Hut, so that's going to be 2.
Yeah, we should be good then.
Yeah, the other pod key was in the compass chest of Eastern. That's where it was. Whew. Half a heart left, and a green rupee for his trouble.
Not time worth spent.
I actually really love Strumpetplaya's names right now.
I missed it. What did it say?
It's 4 FOUR LTTR words WRDS.
Well, while we have a moment, since we're retreading over places, let's give a shout out to our 2 trackers today. It's a Demo and Cyclone. They're doing a great job keeping track of all these items so that you know exactly what they have.
Yeah, that way I don't have to keep track of it, because you don't want that to happen.
Because, with 2 trackers, they can check 2 runners. We have to still watch all 4 of these streams and miss stuff left and right.
All right, so Strumpetplaya is going to make the flipper play. He's going to go get a key and another key and ripped off by Zora, etc. The Eastern play will be happening soon. The real question here is what actually needs to happen, because so we haven't found a glove, so Back of Escape is out of play. Unless we find the small key to Hyrule Castle. Right?
Yeah, I mean, at this point, with having the book, Desert is probably the next play.
Right, Desert. That's what I was forgetting. I was like, they have the book. Right. Let's do that. But yeah, Desert, there's only one item in Desert that they can reach right now.
Well, the Power Glove certainly could be there.
Yep. I mean, that's my guess. It's going to be glove or cape.
It could also be. It could also be
Hyrule
like
Castle small key.
it could be that. It could also be mirror or hook shot, and then that gets you up to get you through Death Mountain.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it could be boots. There's a lot of things it could be.
Well, Myriachan and ChauncyJay are heading back up to Death Mountain. I know we said someone turned into the old man, but I don't remember if there was anything else.
Yeah, it's just bombs, apparently.
Yeah, that part I remember, but I don't know if anybody actually went up to Spectacle Rock yet.
I don't see why you wouldn't if you're already up here. I mean, when the thing hands you the lamp and the flute, what are you gonna do? Alright, so Strumpetplaya, I believe, is now going to take the dip into desert.
There was another bottle inside of Spectacle Rock, and then a piece of heart on it. This is interesting. This is the second race I've commentated where there's a bottle inside Spectacle Rock, and the runners forego picking it up.
So, Strumpetplaya is actually going to Agnes Cave first, which is a move I cannot get behind. Because it's slow to walk out of.
Yeah, what I've seen a lot of, since you have the two exits on both the left and the right, what I've seen a lot of runners do is they'll route it. If they don't have Agnes Cave done, they'll route it so that they go out the right entrance, so then they're right there.
And Chauncey also heading over here to Agnes Cave before heading up to the desert. I mean, perhaps they just didn't feel like going into desert for one single item, having to sit through this cutscene if it happened to be an Agnes Cave.
I mean, that's true. We knew it wasn't anything, but that didn't necessarily... Of course, they don't know that until they actually go to it.
Strumpetplaya, the first player of us to actually have 4 hearts, and Chauncey following right behind.
Woohoo!
4 hearts equal best hearts.
Alright, here's that one item. It is...
Mushroom! Oh, the troll is real. That wasn't the silvers, was it?
No, it looked like an arrow upgrade.
Okay.
I'm gonna check it on the restream. Yeah, it looked like it was just an arrow upgrade.
I mean, it did to me too, but then I thought I saw a G. I think we're being told it was the silvers.
Well, we'll see it again on Chauncey's. We're getting that mushroom turned in by Strumpetplaya. Okay, Chad is confirming that it was silvers. And there's that power glove!
Well, yeah, it would change, but they can't pick up the silvers because it's on the torch. But yeah, the power glove after the mushroom, so whew. The sphere's kind of bottlenecked here for a second.
Yeah, but that opens it up a bit, because now they have Dark World access. But have fun getting to the Dark World with only 4 hearts!
Mm-hmm. So here's a fun thing. They've got the fire rod and the sword. Who wants to see a 4-heart green male Mothula?
See, I like our runners, so I don't want to wish that pain on them.
It's like, how about no? Yeah, Pod is extremely likely at this point based on how many... Oh, there's the 5th one.
And a Bombos tablet.
Okay, so mark my words. There will be something important in either the big key chest, the harmless Hellway chest, or the dark maze, or possibly the big chest of Pod. Because those are the places that require 5 keys. Now, of course, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong, but it's very likely that is the case.
Yeah, I was gonna say be careful with those certainties. I did another race where we got all 3 Meyer keys at the start of the race, and Meyer was we never went in there.
Yeah.
Now, granted, it's Pod, so it's almost guaranteed we're gonna go in there, but still.
Yeah, like I said, it's not guaranteed, but it's that much more likely based on what we found. Now, ChauncyJay just picked up the Ether Medallion in the digging game, and there are the Titansmiths in Hype Cave.
All right, we have some hype today.
Big Beast's guiding hand? More like Big Beast's crushing fist.
Okay, I just double-checked, because Myriachan did go to the torch. It is, in fact, silver arrows there.
Yeah, so silver arrows on the torch. You're gonna want those, you're gonna want those boots to pick those up.
Looks like epicYoshi is going to make the play on Pod. Oh, but dies before he can even get there. Press F to pay respects.
Alright, so it looks like the 2 crystals in question, the special ones, are Desert Palace and Misery Mire.
Well, isn't that convenient? You can double those up very easily. Yeah, when these things that epicYoshi is trying to walk past do 3 hearts of damage on green mail, it's pretty treacherous trying to get through here.
Yeah, every single piece of Pod or of the Dark World is extremely treacherous on green mail. Like these rovers here, I don't like them.
ChauncyJay manages to get through it with ease and pays off Kiki the extortionist to get us into Pod.
Yep. Now Strumpetplaya, on the other hand, is making a different play. He's going to do the west side of the Dark World with that Titan's Mitt in hand. That's the 6th Pod key.
Well, we at least know we're not going to be soft locked today. And And there's a blue male.
I may have to eat my words here in a minute. It may be that the significant thing is on Helmosaur.
Well, until we find the big key in the bow, we ain't gonna be able to get there yet.
There's a Skullwood small key, which does not mean anything for you personally, but does increase the likelihood that Mothula has something.
I still don't feel comfortable with 4 Hearts blue male Mothula.
Yeah, but the Fire Rod helps. So you can use that. If you're well prepared with potions, I think it's a doable fight. It's not a fun one.
You know what we missed at the chess game was the boots.
Oh my. Excuse me, but might I inquire as to what in the blazes that footwear could possibly be? I went through like 6 different accents in there.
It was still worth it.
So we've got a single arrow in pod, we've got some money. Meanwhile, Strumpetplaya is doing the King's Tomb route.
There's your D! There's the D! There's also a big key to Desert and Pod.
We have archery today. We've also apparently
Ooh,
mirror.
Mirror and Helmless Hallway.
There it is. That's it. Armless Hallway, mirror.
The logic prevailed today.
Yep. And with Strumpetplaya having the boots and the silver and the bow, he could go get the silver arrows at this point. He's gonna have to go back to Desert anyway. Because Desert and Mire are both gonna be required. Meanwhile, Myria is making the dip into Thieves Town.
And you find the compass of Thieves Town in Thieves Town.
Well, there you go. So, I believe we were also told that the Tower of Hera Big Key was in the Dark Maze of Pod.
Well, I certainly see it on epicYoshi and ChauncyJay, so that has to be true.
Yeah, so, once again, Tower of Hera, also a crystal, so that's going to be important.
We have a 5th heart container in Thieves Town, so I guess what I'll call the Mothula index is now at 5 hearts blue male.
Yeah, that's doable. So Strumpetplaya, you know what Strumpetplaya has done? They have entered Pod with all 6 keys, the bow, and the hammer.
That is
feels good, man.
It certainly does.
Wow, everything is coming up Strumpetplaya, and that's all because he decided to check a few more overworld locations before dipping the dungeons.
And there's the Swamp small key.
My goodness. I don't know if that's going to be important. Like, for all we know, Swamp could be a pendant, but that's huge.
So if you're in Strumpetplaya's position where you have the bow, you're about to get the mirror here, and you have everything to clear Eastern. When you leave pod, do you mirror out clear Eastern while you're here?
I mean, why not? Unless you know it's a pendant. So I'm told that if you read the fine print, sir, and you check the regulations and rules, you'll find that it is in fact required to be Kane.
Yes, indeedy. Especially because we got Meyer as a crystal.
Yes, but we just found the Kane.
I know, I was kind of just going with you, man.
Yeah. They're in Skull Woods.
We also have epicYoshi making his way up to Hera with that big key. Of course, with how little health they have, epicYoshi's going to pick up that heart piece.
Yep, he did find a full heart container on the ether tablet, but he can't get it because he needs another sword.
Yes, and we also have the Thieves Town small key in that I think that's the map chest.
Yeah, I think so. Thieves Town small key is important for that dungeon, especially logically, but unfortunately unable to access the place where it's important. Gotta get the big key first.
Absolutely.
Chauncey's gonna fill up his magic here.
Alright. We had a Meyer small key on the pyramid ledge, and just the useless map to Hyrule Castle in the compass chest in Hera.
Yep, let's see what's in the big chest.
Just 5 bomb upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. ChauncyJay is gonna go into 4-heart blue male Mothula. I salute you. You are a much braver man than I will ever be.
So one thing I would say is that in his case, since he's got the mirror, I probably would have checked that other chest first, just because his Mothula situation does not look great. Blue male, you could survive 2 hits from anything in the room. So Mothula will do 1 heart to you. The spikes will do 1 heart to you.
Meanwhile, epicYoshi is at Trolldorm, takes him down. As ChauncyJay heads into Mothula. Hyrule Castle small key.
So did Strumpet finish pod?
No.
Why?
He doesn't have the big key.
Oh, big key. Right. I know words. So catfish was apparently a thing. Goodness. It's all over the place. It was King's Tomb that had the bow.
Oh! Press F to pay respects. Bombos is apparently how you get into Meyer, because Myriachan's opening that up.
Yep. Also, we are told that Trolldorm, everybody's favorite Trolldorm, dropped our ever so important Hyrule Castle small key. Which, to be fair, is actually kind of important because that puts Mothula in the logic.
Although ChauncyJay's finding out the hard way how much it is to be able to do it right now. Strumpetplaya is into Armos Knights, as we were discussing earlier.
And of course, Myria is doing the Misery Mire play, which is very, very nice.
Alright, down goes Armos, small key to Turtle Rock, and a red pendant.
Looks like a plan. Now, unfortunately, just that pendant. So now we only need to know one more location that is a pendant.
Yep,
And
there was
we will
another
have
Turtle Rock small key in Mire. And, ooh, we're gonna get a pedestal check!
Get your hype ready. It's the hook shot!
Oh, we have a pedestal seed, ladies and gentlemen!
We have a pedestal seed, ladies and gentlemen. It's the hook shot. Boing, 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 ladies and gentlemen.
Alright. So Myriachan picking up another heart container in Mire.
So, you think any of these people been practicing their hover skills?
I know I certainly haven't.
Oh boy, that's a heck of an item to be on the pedestal. And of course, we don't know what Swamp Palace has.
Well, we know how we've been saying you're ready for 4 Hearts Mothula. How about 4 Hearts Cold Stare?
Gross.
Master Sword and Paradox Cave and another heart container.
Oh, that feels a little better. Picking up an additional sword. Oh yeah. Swamp can't be a pendant. Because if it was a pendant, you would need the hookshot to beat it.
Exactly.
So, yeah, we gotta do it. We gotta do all the things.
Yep. There was another sword upgrade on the vanilla big key chest in Mire.
If I had a dime for every time I've had a sword upgrade... Oh, big key chest, sorry. It was the big chest of Mire that always has the sword upgrade for me. So we got ourselves an all dungeons seed. To be honest, I have not seen the hookshot on the pedestal in any tournament seed that I've seen.
Yeah, I haven't seen that, but granted, I'm still pretty new to the randomizer tournaments. And the map to Desert Palace was inside the big chest of Desert Palace. Good
Beautiful.
job, Seed.
Not that we actually need that knowledge. So, did epicYoshi go back into desert without the boots? Because that feels bad, man.
Yeah, epicYoshi went back into desert without the boots.
Oh well.
He can beat Lammo right now.
You are here. I love it. Yeah, so I imagine we'll see our himself heading up to... Oh, wait, is he stealing the key?
He is stealing the key.
Whoa. I guess he figures he's got to find the small key to desert somewhere. Because it's required for Landmo. So, there you go.
Well, as I know you've said a number of times, just because the logic is set up such that it takes into account the fact that players can do things wrong.
Right, so we just had a couple of players pick up their bows in King's Tomb, both ChauncyJay and Myriachan.
So, Radinum, I don't know how I want to say it, is asking if we can explain what stealing the key means. So the thing is that in the back part of Desert Palace, all of the small keys that you need to get to Lammelus are in that part. The one randomized Desert Palace key is the one that is meant to be used for the front portion that epicYoshi just did. So when we say steal a key, he went to that back portion, used one that's meant for the door for Lammelus, and then did it from there. Although...
So I think what he did was he did that, and then he reset.
Ah! Yes.
Because he didn't need it.
That is a smart play. So that means epicYoshi is into Lammelus.
Alright, Strumpetplaya is about to apply some hammer strats to Moldorm. I have to feel like Strumpetplaya is now sort of in a pretty big lead, because they've been into pod, they have the small key to Swamp, and we know that's going to be required.
Alright, down goes Lammo and down goes Trolldorm.
And they also have a pendant, which we know is going to be required.
I like what Esperath said. He's calling it Whack-a-Troll.
Very nice. So yeah, the big key of Misery Mire was found, and we were told it was found at Catfish, which is fun.
Yes. Now, interesting enough, you could go to Desert and get those silvers, and that would make that Vitreous fight a lot easier.
Yeah. The only reason Myriachan did not go to Vitreous is because they don't have this.
Which...
They just picked up.
Yep.
Cane of Samaria. The boots were in the chess game in the Dark World.
Then there's
the desert small key.
On the Spiral Cave. Which, I know epicYoshi was up there. That was apparently the one thing he didn't do.
Interesting.
ChauncyJay returning Jeremiah the Bullfrog. Which I think Myriachan already did. Yeah, that's why it was just a heart piece. That's why I forgot it.
Yeah. He wasn't really a good friend of mine today.
I mean, considering how little health, I would consider him a friend at this point.
Yeah, all right.
Alright, so we know Ice. We know Ice is the green pendant. and they have the means to get in there right now. I mean, still, the little amount of health they have is pretty scary for doing that. And because ChauncyJay already attempted Skullwoods, and, well, 4-heart blue male Skullwoods, we kind of know how that ended up. We don't know if that's a pendant or not. But Myriachan is about to hopefully answer that question for us.
Strumpetplaya is going to head to the Dark World. We're going to check out Super Bunny Cave and the first chest in Hookshot Cave.
Ooh, Cane of Brian in the lunchbox.
All right. So the Cane of Brian, that does in fact unlock one little item in the Spike Cave in the Logic.
Cape on Bombo's tablet.
Interesting.
I don't think we've seen a Bumper Cave check yet.
Apparently a small key. Alright, so Turtle Rock requires the Quake Medallion, which is the one we haven't seen.
It's vanilla one.
So that's unfortunate. Did we see what was on the floating island?
Shovel.
No, that's Lake Hylia Island.
Oh, right. Triple bombs. The shovel is here.
Ooh, time to go digging. Alright, so Strumpetplaya is going to be fluting away at this point.
Yep, Myriachan. Down goes Mothula for Myriachan.
Very nice.
And we got
a big key to Skull Woods.
And the pendant.
And it's the blue pendant, so that's gonna do it for that department.
How trolly is that a Mothula that the big key to his dungeon is what he's holding on to?
So we had a Meyer small key in the shed. epicYoshi taking another stab at Mothula.
Nah, isn't this his first try?
Or, excuse me, having another fight with Mothula that we are now seeing on screen.
Well, now he's gonna have a second attempt at Mothula. Oh, he has. He picked up that berry bottle. And ChauncyJay is gonna make that play on Ice Palace.
So is Myriachan gonna go pick up that big chest? I believe so. Myriachan being, unfortunately, the one runner that has not located the mirror. They haven't been to pod yet.
Alright, down goes Mothula for epicYoshi.
Chauncey is making the play on ice. We have seen the pedestal. It's the hook shot.
Boing, boing, boing!
It's the best!
Around?
Nothing's gonna ever keep it down. Anyway. Just 50 rupees in the big chest. A little bit of jebaited.
Another French vanilla big key at Ice Palace.
Oh boy. And we kind of needed that big key by the logic. We already got one of the small keys to Ice Palace real early. Pretty sure we couldn't have gotten it any earlier.
I mean, And I was going through the dungeons in my head of which ones do we have left to check stuff, and I was about to say, well, Ice Palace is all we have left, and I was like, oh wait, we have that Swamp Palace small key. You can get those 5 chests in there.
Yep. I mean, you don't want to, not without the hook shot.
Right, but and honestly, at this point, you've got everything to do Ice, you've got everything to do Skullwoods, you got everything to do Eastern, you have everything you need to pull the pedestal.
Right. Assuming you know that the pedestal is necessary.
Which, I think ChauncyJay is the only one that knows it at this point.
Now, Strumpetplaya just happened to beat Eastern while he was over there.
He doesn't know, though.
Right. But the thing is, nobody else knows that Eastern is the 3rd pendant.
Nope, because we did get the map for it.
Did we?
I'm trying to remember where, though, but I remember seeing map to Eastern.
Interesting. Alright, so Master Sword was in Paradox Cave, so that gives Strumpetplaya a little bit of an edge here, as well as epicYoshi, and I guess Myriachan got it too. So yeah, ChauncyJay is the only one who doesn't have it, and they're in Ice Palace. That feels good. Not good.
There's
not
Ice Rod.
Alright, Ice Rod. Necessary.
Well, the other thing is Myriachan got that Master Sword in Mire.
Oh, in Mire, that's right.
Oh no. Myriachan's going into Mire with the boots. You can get those silver arrows. Turn back, please!
I'm not certain that Myria checked the torch.
Unfortunately, it looks like it.
But they don't have the mirror, so they couldn't have mirrored to Desert anyway.
Oh, right. That whole hasn't been to pod thing.
So the reason the Skullwoods and Ice Palace big keys did not display a message is because they were in their dungeon. Some people have claimed that's confusing, and therefore in the newer version of the game, if it's in its own dungeon, it will say, this is a key to this dungeon. Oh, Myria has the silvers.
Alright, good, because I really didn't want Myriachan to have to do Vitreous without silver arrows when they were right there.
Yeah, if you're gonna have to go do Vitreous, especially, I guess you've got 8 hearts, that's not that bad, but still. If you're gonna have to go do Vitreous, yeah, go get the silvers. I think it'd be fun to find the pod big key on Vitreous.
We will find out soon enough.
Because then Myriachan would be like, okay, fine, I'll go to pod. Goodness. Alright, who's ready for a Fighter Sword Cold Stare fight?
Oh me! Oh me! I'm ready! I'm ready!
I mean, he does have the hammer, so the hammer helps. The Fire Rod also helps. Also, the blue potion in your pocket helps.
The 3 hearts of damage to Cold Stare with blue mail, on the other hand, not so much!
Correct. And
But down
just
goes.
enough.
How about an agate tower key on Cold Stare?
Wow. Castle Tower Key.
And Myriachan mows down Vitreous for a bottle of Mountain Dew.
Alright, so we got more bottles than you can shake a 10-foot pole at. And Chauncey looks to be heading back to Eastern, so I'm guessing he does know what the last pendant is.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was the one that checked it, but he's also the one that did not succeed at bringing down Mothula, so he still needs. Well, he also wanted to turn in the green pendant.
Correct.
So he knows it's a pedestal seed, but still needs to go back to Skullwoods to beat Mothula.
Speaking of beating Mothula, Strumpetplaya pulling that one off, picking up the big key. Will he check the pedestal?
We will find out words momentarily. And Myriachan finally concedes and heads to pod.
Yeah, we still have no idea where that big key is. It'd be fun if it was on, what is it, like the top 3 of Hookshot Cave?
Well,
where you had to go beat the pedestal first? Anyway.
Yeah, unfortunately we won't know until we get that hook shot. I honestly would say it'd be even more fun if it was in Swamp and you could get to it right now. And yep, Strumpetplaya is going to go check that pedestal.
He's going to be like, I just picked up 2 pendants. I bet it's a pedestal seed.
Yep, it is.
The Lumberjack Ledge is just a big heart. So we won't see anything there. I imagine Strumpetplaya might just make a beeline for ice at this point.
He's getting a little turned around and forgetting how to get back to the big chest in Skullwoods.
Wow. I mean, I'd never seen a hookshot on Ped Seed, but apparently it's not uncommon.
Very nice work from ChauncyJay on Armos.
Picking up that additional T-Rock key. Once again, we know, because of that hook shot, everything, every single dungeon is going to be required.
And Strumpetplaya, also knowing the hook shots on pedestal, is heading for that pendant ice palace.
Mm-hmm. The real problem that ChauncyJay has right now is Chauncey does not know that Skull Woods is the final pendant.
And he also died to Mothula twice, so I think until he knows Skullwoods is a pendant, he's not going to be going back there.
I think Chauncey will probably pick up the big key to Meyer soon, because it looks like he might be going over to Catfish after this.
G Mario 37 asking it, has anyone seen a sea where Flute was on the pedestal? Yes, I in fact commentated one.
Save the duck and fly to freedom, if I'm not mistaken.
That is in fact what it says. I'll see if I can go find the YouTube link.
All right, and Myria, of course, picking up a whole ton of value here in Pod.
Yeah, unfortunately, Myriachan was the last one to get to Pod.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to work out too bad for her, though. Because once again, not having the big key, you're going to have to come back here again anyway. So Myriachan is going to mirror out, I assume go finish Eastern. If you can hover, you need hookshot because you have to beat Swamp Palace.
The logic will not require you. The logic will not require you to do a glitch.
Right, but Swamp Palace, you can't even hover that. Yeah, if you are hitting the button, the dash button, as you're attempting to go over an edge, you will jump off the ledge. That's how it works.
All right, ChauncyJay gonna head back to Skullwoods.
I think epicYoshi is about to be unhappy.
Probably.
Unless he found the pod big key while we weren't looking.
Yep, he did not find it.
Alright, so Strumpetplaya is doing Ice Palace. We're going to get that taken care of. And Strumpetplaya, if maybe the first person to grab that hook shot, or Chauncey maybe.
No, Chauncey's just going to have to mirror and he can get it.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. Depends on how much trouble Chauncey has with Mothula in the third round.
Well, you know what they say about third times.
It's always awful. Like, awful things come in threes. Is that how that works? No, I'm messing with you.
And third time's the charm for ChauncyJay.
Yeah, all right. Grabbing that final pendant. He's going to be a little happy.
He knows that's a pedestal seed.
Yeah. I'm not entirely certain that until this moment he knew that was a pendant, but now he does.
Got a little too happy there. But here we go. The pedestal dream is now a reality.
Boing, 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 boing.
And there's our master hook shot.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, ChauncyJay picking up the hook shot off the pedestal, and it'll be time to, you know, set foot into some other important locations. So, right now, ChauncyJay can pick up the stuff at the hookshot cave. I think ChauncyJay did not grab the Swamp Palace small key yet.
No, he didn't have the bow when he went to pods, and that's in the bow lock portion.
So, yeah. So the hookshot there is giving him that access to Hookshot Cave, so that's, you know, a location where he wants to check. Strumpetplaya finishing off Cold Stare, no problem. And we will be heading to get another hookshot.
I imagine this is going to be our first look at Hookshot Cave from ChauncyJay.
Yeah, we did see the first chest at one point, but that's it.
Although he hasn't been up here at all yet, so he's going to do all this first.
Yeah, he'll finally get a Master Sword. It's going to feel good. Alright, so Myriachan is going to face off against Trolldorm. Gonna have some problems, but so close.
Strumpetplaya is picking up that master hook shot.
All right. Very nice. Strumpetplaya is going to be heading to Swamp.
That was exactly what I was thinking is most likely the next play.
This is going to be unfortunate, though. There we go. Kind of got to start from the Dark World. Maybe not. Chauncey grabbing himself some love.
So we're finally up to 10 hearts, an hour and 13 minutes in.
And epicYoshi is finally going to Hype Cave.
An hour and 14 minutes before you actually visit Hype Cave. I think that is a first that I've seen. ChauncyJay
unhappy with that chest.
Yes. ChauncyJay having that Hera small key, he's gonna be taking a coffee break here. One of our trackers, Itsu Demo, bringing up a good point. Yoshi did never check. I think Yoshi and Strumpetplaya got him, but epicYoshi hasn't checked the torch and desert to know that the silvers are there.
Oh, wow. So, the first chest in Swamp has the pod big key.
I think I called that earlier.
That is hateful.
I think there was a seed yesterday that, like, the Swamp Palace small key was in its vanilla location, and, like, the runners waited until the absolute last check to go check that one chest.
I mean, I would. Yeah, the Swamp small key was in pod. In the Bowlock section, even. Arrow upgrading the compass chest of Swamp.
ChauncyJay's in the troll dorm right now.
Strumpetplaya is currently making the left side skip play. We don't know if that's gonna stand, but we'll see.
And down goes troll dorm.
Myriachan's checking Spike Cave. Quake!
There's that quake!
Whack. That medallion is 100% required for this seed. You need it to get into Turtle Rock, which is a crystal.
And that ice rod, you need to get the Trinex is on Checkerboard Cave that epicYoshi is picking up right now.
So with that is the item go mode, I think.
I believe it would be.
And we just picked up the big key to Thieves Town in the back of Swamp. So at this point, we're missing Gan's Tower big key. We're missing Turtle Rock big key.
And GT big key.
Yeah, I said Gan's Tower big key. Did it not come through?
No, it came through. I'm watching the Argus fight in Menu Simulator 2018. So I missed you saying that.
Ah. Yeah, this is Menu Simulator 2018. It's great. It's a vast improvement over Menu Simulator 2017.
Yeah, I have to say, for those that may not know, there's going to be a 2v2 Mystery Seed tournament starting up this next week, and there's you basically make the seed is random, the rules are randomly chosen, and they have like a spreadsheet, and so I of course had to make the joke, is this a preview of Menu Simulator 2019?
Nice. That is going to be a very interesting tournament.
Yes, there's going to be an exhibition match of it tomorrow night at 8.
I see.
All right, Strumpetplaya's got Argus down and got crystal number 3 for him.
Yep. We'll be able to go face off against Helmasaur shortly. I get it. I did not realize the pun I was making, and then I did. And it's not the one you think it was. It's the face off.
Alright, now that Strumpetplaya has beaten Argus, he is going to go check left side now.
Yeah, so the left side skip play was not a permanent thing, and I'm kind of okay with this. I guess it is technically the sinister side of Swamp. How's that for alliteration?
I like it.
So, ChauncyJay just picked up the Quake Medallion, and it looks like epicYoshi will also be going to get that Quake Medallion.
Alright. Looks like ChauncyJay is going to be making that play on Swamp Palace.
Yeah, looks like it. Well, after Bombo's tablet, perhaps.
I endorse that check.
Right. So we find a serious sack of refuse over on the sinister side of Swamp.
We're continuing with the alliteration.
Yeah, I had to pick a different word and couldn't come up with a different S word.
Well, this is a family-friendly show, also. Meanwhile, Strumpetplaya, it looks like he's going to be making that play on Thieves Town now that he got the big key.
Alright, so ChauncyJay about to pick up the Ice Rod. Strumpetplaya is going to make the play on Thieves Town, because we have both the big and small keys. That's going to be in the logic, and that could be, you know, the back end could be pretty lucrative.
I thought I just said that.
You may have just said that, and I am a derpsmith.
Well, you're getting me back for earlier when you were saying we just need the GT big key.
Pay no attention to that man behind the microphone.
ChauncyJay finally gonna pick up those silver arrows. Or get the big chest first. That could work too. There's an interesting conversation in chat going on right now about where the names of the bosses came from. Apparently they're not in the manuals. But everything's in the manual.
I think it came from the comic book.
Yeah, but I don't think all the bosses were in the comic book.
Don't tell them that. I was trying to spread misinformation. It's not working. I'm messing with it. I don't even know. Oh, there's the T-Rock big key.
All right. And Myriachan has three of the small keys. Because Myriachan's the only one that's been to Mire, so once you go to Mire, Turtle Rock seems to be in play. Unfortunately, epicYoshi's going in there only with 2 and no big key.
Oh, everything is just coming up Strumpetplaya right now.
Swap big key in the first chest in Turtle Rock.
Fun. Yep, the Turtle Rock big key was in the attic chest of Thieves Town. Let's see what's in the big chest of Thieves Town.
Fisher Price, my first shield.
Yeah, and we have not seen a single shield picked up for the rest of this game, so that's interesting.
Alright, down goes Lamulus for ChauncyJay as Strumpetplaya heads into blind.
Alright, so 9 hits on blind takes him down, no matter what weapon you hit him with.
And just like that, Strumpetplaya's got 3 of them in. 4, 5, 6.
Pretty much staying on script here, and 7 a little bit off, but no problem there.
And down he goes.
Compass of Desert. So that does it for Strumpetplaya's trip into Thieves Town.
ChauncyJay is going to dip into Mire.
So where do you think Strumpetplaya heads next?
Well, he needs to go to Catfish to get that Mire big key. It looks like odds to play.
He needs to go to Catfish to get the Mire big key. He needs to go to Spike Cave to get the Quake medallion.
Which ChauncyJay has both of those right now. So even though ChauncyJay is 1 crystal behind on the crystal count, he's got everything he needs to go into those dungeons, the other dungeons right now. Or we'll get the means to them by completing the ones before them.
I think he's perhaps 2 crystals behind.
No, he just beat Lammo.
Yeah, but Strumpet just beat Thieves Town.
Oh, yeah. Forgot about that.
So yeah, the difference in the counts is the same. We're also going to get to see the Helmosaur fight. Finally. Strumpetplaya is going straight to Helmosaur first, and we'll potentially go back for the big chest if that doesn't turn out to be important. So what if Strumpetplaya here finds a Turtle Rock key on Helmasaur?
Well, until he finds Quake, I mean, I don't know, I don't remember if he's gone up there and seen it yet, but if he knows it's Quake, he's gonna need to go find it. Yeah, then he would have to go find Quake first. Right.
Now, he's gonna, before he even thinks about it being Quake, he's gonna have to get the Cane of Brian, or the Cape. Both of which are kind of located next to each other.
Yep, the Lunchbox and Bombo's tablet.
Oh, apparently there was a Turtle Rock key in Mimic Cave as well. That doesn't mean that there wouldn't be one on Helmasaur, because there are 4 total Turtle Rock keys.
I think one of them's in Meyer.
Yeah. One of them's on Armos.
Yeah, but Myriachan is at 3 and hasn't been to Turtle Rock yet,
so
I think
well
that's
then,
all 4.
Color me mistaken.
Alright. How about
it's the
sword on...
Yeah, the final sword upgrade found on Helmasaur.
We're gonna get a Fat Fairy check here from Myriachan. And some swag.
Yeah, we got Bugnet time. So yeah, we know why the names are what they are. We just don't know what authority decided that. You know what I mean?
Alright, so at this point we're just a GT big key away from no mode.
Yep, very true. We just got bombs in the big chest of Pod. Who wants to see Gen Sour Big Key in the Vanilla Big Key chest of Turtle Rock?
Ooh, ChauncyJay takes a death. So with that defeat to Helmasaur, Strumpetplaya is just Meyer and Turtle Rock away from getting to Ganon's tower.
Yep. Unfortunately, he's gonna need to find one the Misery Mire Big Key, and 2, the Quake Medallion before you can actually do anything with those dungeons. So there are some respects in which Strumpetplaya is in the lead. There are some respects in which Chauncey has a significant lead. It's pretty even in a lot of ways. So I'm really hoping. So Myria has all 3 pendants, but has not gotten the hookshot yet.
We are going to see what that small key is on Bumper Cave. Although we've got all the important ones at this point, so I have to imagine...
Skull Woods.
It's either Mire or Aga Tower.
Yeah, Skull Woods. I was like, I think it could be Skull Woods.
I couldn't remember how many... Oh yeah, you're right, there are 3 of them.
Yeah, and that was technically required by the logic.
Alright, so...
Alright, looks like Myria is going to go do that blind pedestal pull. Who's ready for that? And there it is!
There's that hook shot.
No rage, no reaction whatsoever, just all business. Now we're doing it.
Now, we've been talking about the things that Strumpetplaya is missing in terms of Go mode. ChauncyJay still does not have that Swamp Small Key that's in Pod.
Yeah, he's gonna have to go to Pod, pick that up, and then... Unless he decides to make the play on the first chest of Swamp. Like, if he does that, he can go finish Pod, and then get the Swamp Small Key while he's there.
Unfortunately for Strumpetplaya, he's into Mire without having the Mire Big Key, which we know is on Catfish.
Yeah, that's gonna be a unfortunate scenario. Alright, so Chauncey picks up the swag net. The story you are about to hear is true. The names have been changed to protect the swag. And if anyone gets that reference, congratulations. Vanilla Castle Tower Key.
I think Myriachan already went to Aga Tower and I missed that the first time.
beautiful.
See, I was thinking it was Law and Order, but apparently chat is saying that that was a Dragnet reference you had.
It was a Dragnet reference. Because it rhymes with Swagnet. Come on, guys.
See, honestly, I've never seen Dragnet, so I wouldn't.
Yeah, it's not a recent show. Let's put it that way. I wasn't gonna say congratulations, you're old. You said that. Anyway, that being said, Strumpetplaya doing the whole Meyer check. Alright, so Strumpetplaya is about to pick up the Butter Sword. ChauncyJay gonna pick up that Skullwood Small Key and epicYoshi. About to finish off Ice Palace. It's gonna take a little while for... I don't know how long it'll take for epicYoshi to go get the hook shot after that. Yeah, the real reason that the two above us are behind the other two is that they didn't check the pedestal.
And that certainly made the difference. Unfortunately, we're having, in our bottom race, ChauncyJay needs to go back to Pod, and Strumpetplaya needs to go to Catfish and Spike Cave, and neither one of our runners are going to do that.
Yeah, well,
hey, we got a shout out to Blaine for 6 months in a row with the $4.99 sub.
Nice. Alright, so Strumpetplaya heading on out. Where's he gonna head next? It's going to 4. What does this mean?
He never turned in Sahasrara. A green pendant.
He's gonna go pick up the world's most anticipated piece of heart. So yeah, Chauncey is actually being locked out by a large chunk of progression here. He's got to go to Pod to pick up the Swamp Palace Small Key so that he can go into Swamp and get the Thieves Town Big Key so that he can go into Thieves Town and get the Turtle Rock Big Key.
Not to mention the Pod Big Key is in the first chest in Swamp Palace, which he can actually get right now.
Yeah, so if he made the play on first chest of Swamp, which that Swamp Palace Big Key might make it more appealing, then that will lead him on the right track.
So in terms of that GT Big Key, that's really all we're left looking for at this point. Unless it's in this bottom portion of Turtle Rock, it's probably in GT.
You know what would be the best?
If it would, I would say give in the chest next to your namesake.
Could be. My favorite troll for this would be Swamp Palace Big Chest.
That would be a troll. epicYoshi does have that Swamp Palace Big Key, so whenever he gets to Swamp, I imagine we'll see it then.
Yeah, and Chauncey also just picked it up, so that I mean, that could be something that turns this race around. You know? It's like, don't make me turn this race around.
I will stop this race if you keep it up.
Magic Bat would be fun, too, because then they'd get the powder. And they'd have a full inventory.
And see, the thing about that powder is, like, normally people would be saying, well, you could do the fake powder glitch. Unfortunately, the power glove was on the mushroom turn-in, so all of them have gotten rid of their mushrooms by now.
Yeah, it was impossible to get the Cane of Samaria without turning in the mushroom.
Alright, Myriachan is now going to head into pod and finish that off. Now, these are two separate races. Myriachan and epicYoshi are racing each other, and ChauncyJay and Strumpetplaya are racing each other. And the bottom runners got the knowledge of the hookshot being on the pedestal early and got it much sooner than Myriachan did, but ooh, death for ChauncyJay. It's entirely possible Myriachan could catch up to both of the bottom runners at this point.
Yeah, it's entirely true. That's entirely true. I mean, Myriachan... Wait, is Myriachan in Go mode? No, we need Gansar Picky. But other than that... I imagine Myria also has the Thieves Town small key. Because they have Tower of Hera beaten. And it was in there.
Yeah, our tracker, Cyclone, was saying it was there, but shout out to him and Itsu Demo, our two trackers. They're doing a great job keeping track of all these items.
And so even if it was possible to get the mirror, or even if it was possible to do the fake powder trick with the mirror, and I'm being told by the chat that it is, but I'm not sure. Even if it was impossible to get the mirror without the power, without turning in the mushroom either.
Both Mirror was in Hype Cave, Cane of Samaria was...
No, Mirror was in Pod.
Oh yeah, Mirror was in Pod, Cane
was in Skullwoods.
That's right.
Mirror was in Harmless Hellway because we found 5 keys. Alright, so ChauncyJay will likely be leaving.
Yeah, he's kind of missing something.
He might go for the big key chest. Because he's got enough keys now that it doesn't matter.
Yeah, he has all of them.
I think that's Myriachan picking up butter.
Which all 4 of them, weren't all 4 of them outside of Turtle Rock?
No, well, if you count Mimic Cave as outside of Turtle Rock.
Ah.
So that's why he turned around to come back and get this.
Ah.
Oh, that's the second key to Ice Palace.
ChauncyJay, you still don't have the big key.
Strumpetplaya is gonna go get the small key to Skullwoods. I imagine that Strumpetplaya will be heading along the top here and may finish this trip at Catfish, so that will at least lead him toward the Vitreous kill.
It would, yeah. We shall certainly see. He still hasn't gone to Spike Cave to get Quake. Oh, here we go. ChauncyJay is gonna check that one chest and get the pod big key.
Oh, wow. I like it. Meanwhile, Strumpetplaya is checking the graveyard ledge on the way, which makes sense. Just a +5 bombs. Myriachan is heading into Thieves Town.
And out goes ChauncyJay, who will most likely be making a beeline back to pod.
Pick up the swamp small key there and maybe slash it in frustration.
Alright, the Strumpetplaya unfortunately did not go to Catfish, but he's about to get his Quake.
Okay. How does Myriad not have the Thieves Town small key? That is weird.
Was it in the coffee break room?
No, it was in the chest right outside. So, I mean, it doesn't matter. There's nothing important in those chests.
But still.
The logic wants you to have it.
Alright. Strumpetplaya is going to be heading back to Turtle Rock at this point.
Anyone subduing this seed would be a miracle worker. epicYoshi now picks up the big key of pod on their first trip into Swamp.
So the fifth business is asking what is going on in these races. So first off, we had a master hook shot on the pedestal. On our bottom race, ChauncyJay and Strumpetplaya saw that with the book and knew it was a pedestal seed early. And both are neglecting items that they are starting to get. ChauncyJay did not get the Swamp Palace small key early on. And actually just picked it up. Strumpetplaya, on the other hand, did not get Quake for the longest time in Spike Cave. And also needs the Meyer Big Key, which is on Catfish.
Alright, so Myriachan takes down Blind. That means they will be able to finish Turtle Rock.
Which I imagine is where Myriachan's heading next.
For that 7th crystal. Now, unfortunately, although they can easily beat Turtle Rock, you still need to look for that Ganon's Tower big key, and I cannot imagine in good conscience that you would go all the way through Turtle Rock just skipping chests, assuming it's going to be in GT.
No. So at this point, if we find it, Myriachan will be in go mode. Strumpetplaya still needs the Meyer big key on Catfish. Once ChauncyJay goes to Swamp, he'll get the Thieves Town big key. Then go to Thieves Town, get the Turtle Rock big key. So by the time all that does and he gets to Turtle Rock, if it's there, he'll be in go mode too.
And my ultimate troll about the Swamp Palace big chest holding Ganon's Tower big key was a bust.
What was on the big chest? I missed it.
I have no idea, but I'm being told it was trash. So some trackers will have a catfish item, but those are usually the ones that involve location trackers. So there are several location trackers out there that you can use to make sure you've checked every spot.
Alright, Myriachan is making a beeline for Turtle Rock. Man, for Myriachan taking the longest time to go get the pendants and go get the pedestal, Myriachan is going to be the first one to full clear all 10 dungeons.
It is true.
For those asking if they've checked certain things, at this point we have pretty much checked everything. Other than what is behind the big key portion of Turtle Rock, we have pretty much just checked everything that is not in Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, we haven't checked Magic Bat, but we aren't able to. All sorts of... Yeah, I think that's it.
Pretty much. I mean, how trolly would it be that Powder's on Laser Bridge?
Knowing my luck, Powder's gonna be in the big chest of Ganon's Tower. Because this seed will not let me have my powder. But I need my powder. I need it. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm just letting that one sit there.
I don't have a problem. Anyway.
Strumpetplaya is gonna get this Turtle Rock small key here, and we are now gonna finally see some new stuff as epicYoshi finally goes to the pedestal. Wait.
Nice.
That's an interesting thing I've never seen before.
Yep, a little bonk will get you over that thing so that you can head back to the left-hand side to get that chest, and then you can mirror back. It's great.
That certainly is a thing.
Catfish is the Misery Mire Big Key. And he's not mirroring back.
Nope.
Yeah, Yoshi definitely had to do Ice Palace.
Alright, just a piece of heart in the big chest. So in terms of, we've got 6 places left to check. The 1 chest in the roller room, the 4 on Laser Bridge, and Trinex himself.
Yep, and odds are none of them have the GT Big Key. But you never know. GT Big Key tends to function like the ice rod in that it can be basically anywhere.
I mean, it basically can be everywhere except the GT Big Key chest. And those 4 chests in the top of GT.
Yep.
All right, Mountain Dew.
That's the 4th bottle.
Half magic.
Nice.
Okay. Alright. If it's not on Trinex, I think we're going to be having a big key guessing game today.
Oh boy.
Magic Bat pretty much is the only overworld thing we have not seen yet, right?
Unless I'm forgetting something.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Strumpetplaya with the excellent Trinex fight. That was well played. Double spin and another slash on the head before it became invulnerable, and that's 300 rupees. We're going to GT!
Not yet, though, because Strumpetplaya still has to finish Meyer.
Right. We'll be going to GT eventually. But we know we're going to need to explore Ganon's Tower. Oh boy. We're going to have a non-trivial number of chests checked at the end of this.
Absolutely. Strumpetplaya basically just has to go to Catfish. He's unfortunately going to go check that swamp chest.
Yeah, could be. Oh. Yeah, I think this is a catfish check, actually. Like, it seems a little out of the way, but this is basically the best way to get there. Well,
nope.
A pyramid catfish check. Alright, Myriachan finishing off the laser bridge, gonna head over to Try Next Times. Trump's like, that's not the Meyer key I was looking for.
That's not the Meyer key he was looking for.
He can go about his business. Anyway.
He can go about his business. This, however, will be the Meyer key he's looking for once he gets the catfish.
Indeed.
All right.
And a very nice Tranex fight from Myriachan as well. So pick up 300 rupees.
Yep. All right. This is the official time. There are 22 chests in the basement of Ganon's Tower. That GT Big Key probably could be on, but it is Keysanity, and there still is a magic bat we have to look for. So, if you think the big key is inside Ganon's Tower, you can number it 1 to 22 as to which chest you think it will be. Or if you really want to troll these runners and think it's Magic Bat, guess 0. Dr. Bobtastic, what is your guess?
14. Because Bob's chest.
You know what? Normally I say 22 tile room. I'm gonna go 1. I'm gonna say it's the first one.
Mm-hmm. That's a perfectly reasonable possibility, and you know, for the runner's sake, I hope you're right.
All right, we're gonna do right side first. All right, number 1, 20 bucks. Number 2, 300 bucks.
We are doing the actual right side play, so perhaps my number is off, but whatever. I mean, I'm going for Bob's chest is what I'm going for.
My guess is already ruined.
Alright, Myriachan making it through the torch room in one piece.
Missed the bomb.
Using bombs, which is interesting. Most people I see use a Cane of Samaria strat there.
Alright, number 3, 20 bucks. Number 4, 20 bucks. Number 5, 50 bucks. Number 6, 20 bucks. Geez, is there only money in GT?
Well, there's certainly not much in GT. We've found most of the items.
Alright, here we go, number 7. Heart container.
Alright, we move on to the Stalfos room. Got 4 chests in here.
Alright, number 8. Fisher Price My First Shield. Number 9. Map the Swamp. Number 10. Piece of Heart. Number 11.
Ladies and gentlemen, Myriachan, at 2 hours and 9 minutes, has finally entered Go Mode.
I know, again, these are 2 separate races, but I gotta give serious props to Myriachan for managing to get ahead of both the bottom runners that got the hook shot on the pedestal first.
Yeah, dare I say that the patience to go into pod late may have actually paid off. 'Cause that,
Was the book there?
No, the mirror was there. Maybe the book. No, the book was early because you had to get it to get the mushroom.
Oh, right, because the mushroom was in desert. Yeah, it was somewhere in the light world, so forget that.
Eastern big chest.
Oh, right. I remember now. Alright. Myriachan is officially into the gauntlet. Strumpetplaya has his 7th crystal and is on his way to gain his tower.
All right. We'll see if Strumpetplaya goes right side first or if he takes a different route.
He's going left.
Oh, this is going to feel real good for him. He's also going to pick up that heart container on the torch because why not?
Myriachan having a little trouble with the silver arrows and elects to just use the butter sword slashes.
Yeah, 2 butter sword slashes will take down the land molas. Strumpetplaya picks up that big key and will be heading up Ganon's Tower now.
So that puts him at go mode at 2 hours, 12 minutes, and 30 seconds. Dr. Old School is asking, do they know what the other players are doing? No. They are in an IRC chat room. They will see when players got done, but that's it. They're not allowed to watch the Twitch stream, so they don't know what everyone else is doing.
Now, the only way that is enforced is through the honor system, so it's theoretically possible, but I mean, you wouldn't. Nobody in this tournament would do that.
Nope.
It's not heard of.
I mean, this is a very... we always like to say this is a very welcoming community, and we welcome, you know, new runners, all sorts of different people. Oh, Myriachan getting troll-dormed. And so, it's it's honestly one of those things where it's just like, could you do it? Sure, but nothing is on the line except bragging rights, and do you really want to tick off the community in that way?
Yeah. There's no reason to talk about this anymore.
Especially because we have an Aga 2 fight to call here.
Indeed, Myriachan just disrespecting that final chest. It could have the powder. Powder's important.
Alright, here we go. Aga 2 time.
That chest could be anything. Could even be a boat.
Myriachan having a little bit of trouble with Agatu here.
Yeah, the pattern not being particularly kind. Also geometry.
There's 4 though. 5. And down goes Agatu. It is time for the big pig.
Alright. Myriachan equipping the cape because half magic makes the cape a very easy strat to use.
Alright, Myriachan's into phase 2.
And that's definitely going to be enough damage to take it all the way to phase 3. Butter Sword requires only 6 slashes per phase in the first 2 phases. Now, ChauncyJay just took a death inside Turtle Rock.
I think that was on Laser Bridge.
Yes.
Alright, Strumpetplaya's gonna be on his way to Agatu. And we just need 4 silver arrows to gain his face, and we have a winner. Well, 3 silver arrows to gain his face now. That's 2. 3. And we have bacon. And into that door, we have an official SRL time of 2 hours, 17 minutes, and 34 seconds. Spam those GGs in chat.
Well played. Well played indeed. This is sort of a come-from-behind, quote, victory here. And by behind, I mean behind the other guy in the other race. But yeah, it was very, very well played. Strumpetplaya, of course, now heading to the final fight. And sounds like we may have been joined by Myria.
GG.
Thank you. Is my mic working alright?
It is.
Oh.
So, how you feeling about that pedestal seed?
That is 3 out of 5 for me in the 5 races of this tournament I've been in. 3 of them are pedestal seeds.
You know, what was interesting for us to watch was, you know, you were just racing against epicYoshi. You weren't, your fate wasn't determined by what happened with Strumpetplaya or ChauncyJay, but both of them early on checked the pedestal and saw that it was hookshot, and so they got it a lot sooner than you did, but you managed to, like, kind of come from behind and beat them before either of them finished.
It's kind of unexpected. Like, if you look at my chart, it's all just completely cleared out except for a few things here and there. Like, I didn't think I was doing so well.
Well, the thing is, you were the most thorough with your routing and picked up a lot of things. Strumpetplaya was ahead of you for a while, but took forever to go to Catfish. And Spike Cave, both of which had required items.
Oh, what did Catfish have? I forget.
Meyer Big Key.
Oh, okay.
And if I can jump in here real quick, with that entrance into the door, Strumpetplaya finishes with an official Lester all time of 2 hours, 20 minutes, and 10 seconds. GG to him.
I had like a few mistakes here and there, like Ice Palace. That I was so worried that missed bomb jump over the gap was gonna cost me a lot of time, so I'd have to go back there.
Yeah, luckily it wasn't that big a huge deal. But yeah, I imagine the collection rate on this is going to be high for everybody.
Oh yeah. I don't think that there's any way this can be done with a low collection rate. I was also worried that I have to go back into like Swamp Palace for the big key chest, or Thieves Town for the big key chest, or not big key chest, but big chest.
Yeah. Yeah, we were wondering how you missed the Thieves Town small key. It was actually on the chest in the back, not in the basement, but in the back of the Hera lobby.
Oh wow, I didn't get that chest. Oh my god, I screwed up badly then. Oh wow.
Well, at least it didn't cost you.
Yeah. I probably would have spotted it because I knew I hadn't gone to the basement yet, and if I had gotten that key, I probably would have headed there.
Yeah, I don't think we... Okay, I guess somebody found it. Yeah, I guess everybody found it. I never saw it.
So, unfortunately, Strumpetplaya is not comfortable with joining us, which is totally understandable, but I did reach out to him and ask about what was it about not going to Catfish, and he simply said he doesn't like doing Catfish because it's so far out of the way, but, hey, props to him for getting it done and getting the win.
Spiral Cave was desert small key.
Yeah, it turned out to be critically important to go there.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't really actually need the desert small key, but the logic
taking a
wanted you
risk,
to have it.
yeah. If you don't take that key, then you're taking a risk that you'll lock yourself out. You have to get another key later.
We actually had one of our racers pull an interesting trick where they stole the key, went and grabbed the two things, and then reset.
Oh, nice, yeah. It's a pretty cool idea.
Because if it turns out to be nothing, you're just like, oh, okay. And so ChauncyJay is on his way up Ganon's Tower. Now, we have found both of the winners of our two races right now. So, Myria, you're going to finish at a very respectable 2 and 3 on this tournament. I imagine. So, how do you feel about that record? Is it more or less than you thought you'd have as you came in?
I thought it's about right. I mean, I'm much more experienced at other types of Link to the Past randomizer than I am at this one, so I was expecting to not do all that well, but I thought I did all right considering my usual skill level versus the format I'm not used to.
All right. Strumpetplaya going to finish at 3 and 2, which is very nice.
Meanwhile, ChauncyJay is into Lambo 2 and finishes him off rather quickly.
And epicYoshi brings down Trinex.
I was so glad that Ganon Big Key was in Ganon's Tower because I did not want to go back to other places to search for.
Oh yeah,
I mean, we were
only a few places left we had in mind.
Yeah, we were going through. We didn't really like fully go through them, but the only one we could think of that had not been checked through all of the runners was Magic Bat.
I never found a powder. Did someone else find it?
Nobody else did either. And of course, you had to turn in the mushroom before you could get the Cane of Samaria, so fake powder was out of the question.
Need to learn the fake powder glitch.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
Yeah, according to my chart, it's the only things left are Magic Bat, Big Key, or Big Chest in Swamp Palace, and the things I missed in Ice Palace and Tower of Hera.
Swamp Palace was just a piece of heart. I know Meyer was full checked, and there wasn't anything in there.
Yeah, I full checked Meyer. Did I say Meyer? I meant.
Nah, you did say ice. It's late in the evening, and I really should go to bed once this is done.
Yeah, bedtime does sound good.
Surprisingly, for all the things that they checked, still only a collection rate of 183 for Myriachan.
I wonder how many of that is stuff I skipped when I saw it, or if it's just mainly.
It was the powder in the final chest.
Oh my god. The validation chest, I don't see the screen, so.
Yes.
Yeah, very last chest, magic powder. This seed was literally designed to troll specifically me.
I wish I would have checked it so I could go back and load the save file. What the heck was that Magic Bat? But nobody had finished yet, and I'm not going to get the validation chest in that case.
Yeah, if there's no reason to, yeah, that was perfectly fine. There's definitely no reason to get the chest. Chauncey using some interesting cape strats on Aga 2 here.
Well, he's only got half a heart left. I imagine that's why he's doing it. Oh!
Oh no! Oh no!
Press F to pay respects.
Oh, feels bad, man. Hey, but at least he's got the full inventory now. He could powder some dudes on the way up, so that doesn't happen again.
Climbing Ganon's Tower, I was so worried because my execution wasn't all that great, partly because I was nervous. I didn't have the powder yet, and I was like, what am I going to do? I don't want to blow my potion because I might need it on Ganon.
Right. But yeah, I have to respect ChauncyJay for going back up there after that.
Yes, absolutely. It'd be very easy with having already lost to just rage quit at this point, and props for him for going on. while we have a moment, let's preview what we have tomorrow, because we've got a bunch of races that will determine who goes on to the bracket. So, at noon tomorrow on Speed Gaming 3, we have 2 races simultaneously: Weighty Words versus Roar, and Kern versus Pre-R57. Both of those are 3-in-1 matches. The winner will get into the knockout round. The rest will go home. At 1 o'clock, we have Korek and Nikki Noel. That's also a 3-in-1 race. We don't know where that will be restreamed just yet. At 2 o'clock, we'll have Problems IRL and Isn't Even My Final Form. That is a 4-0 race that will be on Speed Gaming 2. We also have 2 3-in-1 races at 2 o'clock, which is Bakar Balar and Ajneb 174 versus Liminality, and then Liminality versus El Magus. And at 3, we have Blaine and Sabotender, which is also a 3-in-1 match. So be sure to check all that out. And then next Saturday at 1 p.m., all of the 4-in-1 winners will be doing a one race knockoff, and the top winner of that madness of a race will be the final one into the bracket stage.
Sounds like an exciting end to the Swiss stage.
Does that mean Andy won his race?
Yes, he did.
Okay, because I forgot to watch that because I was on the road.
Yes, there was one race we had earlier in the week that was Andy was 4-0 versus
GT.
in the name of DT, who is 3-1. And so if Andy would have lost, that would have meant the top 2 got in. But because he won, that means we are going to have 7 5-0 winners. And so we only need 1 from the madness that will be Saturday at 1 p.m.
Yeah, there's something like 30 plus 4-in-1s.
I assume the sock can all be ones restreamed.
I actually have no idea of how in the world that's going to be restreamed.
So if it's anything like the other tiebreakers, they'll pick 4 racers to restream and have that commentated. But it's possible that the winner of the race might not be on the restream.
So there's 30 people and only 1 gets the win.
Yes.
Yeah, it is the ultimate get wrecked situation. I expect crazy gambles. Because if you have to come first, you know?
Bigger, go home.
Oh, Chauncey going for the Swagnet strats.
Net dash, like that.
Yeah, net dashing is great because it's just I find net dashing to be easier to hit Aghanim with than just net. Wow, Strumpetplaya, you and Myriachan apparently had that situation. Because you're saying that of your 5 seeds, 3 were also pedestal seeds. So, before Chauncey goes to the Ganon fight, do you have anything else you want to say, Myria?
Nope, I'm good, I think. I think
All
it was
right.
a nice end on a positive note, even though I'm not going to make it on to the next level.
props to you for staying in there and finishing off the Switch stage and getting a win in your last race.
Now we just need 1 slash per jump here, and then some silver arrows to a blue face.
That's 1.
One thing I did this seed was I went and got the silver arrows like, just out of Desert Palace in my own dip, or in one dip in the Desert Palace, just because I wanted them for Eastern and Palace. I wonder whether it was worth it.
Well, I mean, you had them for Vitreous, so that helped.
Oh yeah, good point.
Yeah, because it did take a while for you to have the mirror, so
And with that entrance in the door, ChauncyJay finishes with an official SRL time of 2 hours, 36 minutes, and 20 seconds. GG.
So epicYoshi is having some real trouble figuring out what's going on here. He's rechecking locations because I believe he's without that Meyer big key.
Yeah, he still has to go to Catfish as well.
We'll see if ChauncyJay wants to join us.
And we have ChauncyJay in chat. GG.
GG.
Yeah, well done.
I have never had so many unfortunate deaths for silly reasons.
Yeah, there were a few there. That, the Aga 2 death, there was, one, like, on Laser Bridge.
It was
just
the Helmet store
silly
before
stuff.
Laser Bridge.
Oh,
my
that
God.
guy.
That
Nobody
guy.
likes that guy.
Why is he even there, man?
To torture you indiscriminately.
Oh, you did a great job. Good job, Mini Helmet.
So, I guess the first question is, how'd you feel about that pedestal seed?
I'm on a track record of whenever I get a pedestal seed, I find it out very early and end up doing all the pendant dungeons before any of the other dungeons. Which is kind of nice,
Nicely
I
done.
guess. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that was another thing. The whole Mothula thing. He's kind of a jerk, isn't he?
Yeah. No, I wasn't expecting to kill him right off the bat, but then after I found out it was pedestal, I was like, oh, then it doesn't matter because I'm going to have to come back here at some point anyways. Hopefully this is a pendant, and I can come back when I pull the pedestal, and luckily enough it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was interesting. We, we had mentioned earlier to Myriachan that, this was 2 separate races, but it was interesting watching you and Strumpetplaya, who are racing against each other, knew that the pedestal had the hook shot early on, and so you guys, both of you, did the pendant dungeons real early, and it was like a while before Myria had known that it was, and kind of like checked everything possible before going to the pendant dungeons, and she actually like Miria actually got all the way ahead of you guys because of the thoroughness of the checks before getting the hook shot.
Yeah, I did a blind pull on the pedestal.
Yeah, I could see doing that. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, I think what also tripped you up was the return trip to Pod. Well, it was the return trip to Pod to get the Swamp Small key, but it turned out the big one was on, the big Pod key was in Swamp.
Yeah, you were kind of... If I had gone in there with the bow before when I had done Eastern, which is what I was kind of planning to do, but I figured if there wasn't anything there, I was going to be fluting away anyways. Because if it wasn't exactly big key on Armos, then I'm kind of SOL. So I didn't decide to do that, but it probably would have been better for routing. Either way, you kind of have to do a double dip. So it wasn't going to be that much, but yeah, it was an interesting situation.
Yeah. How did Strumpetplaya only get 179?
There's a surprisingly large number of items in the tower.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he didn't do. The difference was Strumpetplaya didn't do right side.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I always go in and check the first two chests because it's pretty quick. But
hey, Chauncey, you gotta let us see your credits.
They're coming.
Eventually. I'm messing with you. So you're gonna finish this tournament once again with a very respectable 2 and 3. Is that what you were expecting? Were you expecting better or worse? How do you feel about that?
I was expecting a little better. This last seed, I didn't. I'm honestly very tired. It's been a long week for me, but I tend to do better with routing, so I think my routing for this seed was very good. I just didn't play well at all. So I was expecting to do a little bit better, but I probably should just practice more. I think it was a good tournament overall. I think I'm all set with Keysanity though. If I had to pick.
Yeah, that seems reasonable.
epicYoshi is throwing bombs into Catfish. He finally remembered to go there.
Jeez.
Can't blame him for that.
Yeah. And he's gonna do another one. He's gonna bring him out, fire rod him.
All the rage.
So epicYoshi is what we call not happy.
Not happy at all.
Alright, well this was a great race, guys. Thank you for putting all of this on for us in the commentary and the restreaming and everything like that. I'm going to get going, though. Really appreciate you bringing me in for the interview as well.
Absolutely. Thanks for sticking it out.
Yeah, no problem. It's a pleasure. So everybody have a good night, and good luck, have Flipper.
Seems good.
Alright, well, let's take the moment, give one final shout out to our trackers, Itsu Demo and Cyclone. Be sure to give a follow to them on Twitch, as well as all of our runners, Myriachan, epicYoshi64, ChauncyJay, and Strumpetplaya, as well as my co-commentator, Dr. Bob Testic, and myself, Jex Reffi.
Yeah, thank you very much for allowing us to restream your runs and helping us track, and of course, for commentating alongside me, Jex Reffi. It has been a pleasure once again.
That it has.
Alright. Alright. Here we are. Here we go. Where is it? There it is. Hey, guys. Hey.
Hey.
Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. What a disaster. GG. That is... I want to say GG, but that was just terrible. It's the worst I've played in a long time. I died so much. Oh my god. The tickle beam. Forgot that that's what it was called. What two things? Oh. I didn't even know who my opponent was because he messaged me as a different name. Lorak. Name on thing. Yeah, but whoa. Oh, that I could see that. Yeah. You get the mitts from I was thinking about that actually during the seed. You get mirror from pod, which makes you want to go check the north mirror cave, but you get mitts, which makes you want to go and actually get the bow. So yeah, if I didn't spend 20 minutes dying, I might have had him, but it is what it is. Well, I appreciate that, Phoenix. I don't think I did well. Honestly, I'm just fucking tired. Thank you for the 10 bits. Yeah. I did die a bit.
Yeah, sorry about that. We are attempting to get some of the stream audio corrected here.
I let him know. ChauncyJay apparently just had his audio still up in his pre-stream. We got it taken care of. Alright, so epicYoshi has finished off Meyer, so that means he's probably on his way to the gauntlet right now.
It was coming off of one of our streamers, but we will see what happens in the future.
We got it taken care of.
So the dead rocks are not being good to epicYoshi, and this is not the sort of time that you want to be dead rocked after being epically trolled by catfish.
Alright, so while we're waiting on that, what are your thoughts heading into this to the bracket stage, or coming up in the next week?
We'll see what happens in the future.
We got it taken care of. It's gonna be a
so
crazy,
the dead rocks are not being
31-man,
good to
31-person race.
And this is not the sort of time that you want to be dead rocked after being epically trolled by catfish.
right. So while we're waiting on that, what are your thoughts heading into this to the bracket stage, or coming up in the next week?
We'll see what happens in the future.
We got it taken care of. It's gonna be a
So the
crazy,
Dead Rocks are not being...
man.
Okay. All right, I think we're okay. I think we have broken the loop. Everything is back to normal.
Let's hope. epicYoshi's just standing outside of GT, though. I wonder if he's just... Yep, he's going in.
So Chauncey ends up with a official collection rate of 185. And it looks like he will be going right side first, so he's going to take the delayed version.
He's actually going to go ahead and do Tower Room.
Yep. It's he might be doing it for the fans. Yeah, he's basically just figuring this seed has trolled me so hard, I'm just going to get every terrible thing possible.
And it was just $20, so that entire right side was the money bin of Garen's Tower.
Yeah. You know, generally I'd like to keep my money in a little more secure place. Though I guess it is locked by 7 magical crystals. What kind of security do you want?
He does elect to go left side after getting wall mastered.
Yeah, the wall master actually doing him a little bit of a favor today.
Tower.
Yeah, this seed was not kind to anyone, and massive well done to all of these runners just for finishing the silly thing.
Yes, indeed. All right, epicYoshi has that GT big key. He is going to be on his way to the gauntlet right now.
Well, first of all, the seed had the hook shot on the pedestal. That's one way it was unkind. Another way it was unkind was the Gan's Tower big key was in Gan's Tower, so you basically had to full clear every dungeon as you beat it. And so, so it was a pedestal required, all dungeons required seed. And then there were some particularly trolly locations, like Catfish had the Mire big key. Spike Cave had the Quake medallion for Turtle Rock. All these little locations you don't generally like to check unless you have to. it would be very nice to see a play on Magic Bat. It'd be hilarious. Okay, so what do we expect from the bracket stage? I expect, well, a lot of good times, and just, but I can't really make any predictions because all of the runners are just so good.
Yeah, I mean, and that's the thing about this race, about randomizers. A lot of times, you know, like this race, for example.
It would be very nice to see.
Go ahead.
I didn't say anything. That was coming from somewhere else.
Is that echo again? Anyway, I mean, like this seed, for example, you know, Meyer was on.
I'm gonna unmute. Mute my stream. And I'm gonna. Has somebody tuned into the other stream? Can they hear if I'm gonna be talking on there?
Is that you again, Chauncey?
Yeah, it's still on his audio.
Okay. I attempted to contract the restreamer.
50% right now. Hold on, I'm gonna turn off chat on the main screen there. Hold on a second.
All right, so anyway, to finish the thought I was trying to get to earlier, like this seed, for example, you know, the Meyer Big Key was on Catfish. And obviously there was a resistance by two of the runners to actually go there and go and check Catfish because, you know, more often than not, Catfish doesn't have anything. Now, with the runners that are going to be in the bracket stage, you know, usually they're more thorough and won't forget something like that. But sometimes, like, that's just how the seed turns out, is something's there and that's what happens. So, you know, in terms of how the bracket stage is going to go, I mean, anything could happen, honestly.
Yeah, all the runners are very skilled, and I do not want to make any strong predictions about it. And of course, we don't know who's going to be participating completely in the bracket stage. There is one match yet to be decided for the 5-0s, and then of course there is the big 4-1 race-off. I wanted to call it a cluster duck for swag duck.
All right, down goes Troll Arm 2 for epicYoshi.
Prediction winner on pedestal. Yeah, I love it. All right, so epicYoshi heading into the Aghanim fight.
Uses the cape, as we saw with ChauncyJay earlier.
Yeah, once again, because very low health here. We do have a blue potion, though. And down he goes.
And for the last time tonight, it is time for the big pig.
Mm-hmm. So, how do you kill again? With Silver Arrow. How do you kill a blue Ganon? With 4 silver arrows. How do you kill a pink Ganon?
Light arrows?
You hold its nose until it turns blue, and then you shoot it with 4 silver arrows.
Oh, it's too late. Thankfully, I get to go to bed once this is over.
Yeah, that was probably the worst joke I've done in my life. And I'm okay with it.
Oh. Alright, we're on to phase 4 for epicYoshi.
Nicely stopping him right before he comes down for a double.
And that's 3.
For as tilted as he has to be right now, that was an excellent Ganon fight.
And that is bacon for him.
And I'm okay with it. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, epicYoshi64 finishing off with an official SRL time of 3 hours, 2 minutes, and 21 seconds.
GG to him. GG to all these runners for making it through quite the seed tonight.
Yeah. Do you think you can stick around for about the world's fastest interview if we do it?
Yeah, we can do it. We'll see if Yoshi wants to join us.
Rip Quakefish, indeed. He will never be here again. With all the beating he took from epicYoshi, I don't expect Quakefish to cause any more problems ever again.
Most likely not.
That'll show him. Alright, so epicYoshi will be jumping in for a little bit. So there will be more runs, but this is the last one tonight. The next one will be at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, so approximately 7.5 hours from now.
And we have epicYoshi joining us in chat. GG.
GG.
So, you know, for I said at the end of that, for as tilted as you must have been, that was the best Ganon fight.
It did go pretty well. Once I was able to just be calm and be like, none of this matters anymore. The quakefish is dead. I could focus, I guess.
Dong fish is dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty sure that you probably scared Catfish into never having any good items ever again.
I sure hope so.
How'd you feel about that pedestal seed overall?
I regret not getting it when I could. Because I think I was standing on having that, all 3 of those pendants, well before I actually went to the pedestal.
Yeah. The 2 racers in the other race actually checked the pedestal right after visiting Skull Woods. Your opponent did not, however. But your opponent just basically exhausted all options before heading over there.
I mean, I exhausted every option I could find except the quakefish. I just forgot he existed.
Yeah, it's not uncommon for something like that to happen. The quakefish is just some guy off in the corner who even knows about that guy.
And why does he guard the T-Rock pen medallion anyways? What's the lore? What's his story?
Well, I can kind of answer that. So the quakefish is sort of based on a Japanese myth about the O Namazu, which is giant catfish which sits under Japan and causes the earthquakes.
Well then,
it actually makes sense, but it's only if you know Japanese lore.
Something I did not know about this 25-year-old game until tonight. And on that note, any final thoughts before we wrap up, epicYoshi?
I'm glad that this is the last Keysanity I'm doing, because I think I'm getting exhausted of this whole just.
Yeah, I can understand the frustration and the desire to not do Keysanity for a while.
For a while.
I'm sure I'll come back to it eventually, but yeah, same here.
The funny thing is, I'm more of a completionist, so I actually prefer Keysanity as opposed to the regular randomizer. But to each his own.
All right, everybody. So once again, thank you to all our runners. Thank you to the trackers. Thank you to the restreamer. And to my co-commentator, Jax Forever. This has been quite a trip and an excellent seed for the last one of the day. And I think with that, it's about time to wrap things up. What do you think?
All I have to say is good night, sleep tight, don't let the dead rocks bite.
Oh my god. Yeah. I can't follow that. Good night.